Did you know that while you're resting peacefully, thinking your body is recovering, your muscles could be silently wasting away? This is an alarming truth that millions of older adults experience every night without even knowing it. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing you can no longer get up from your favorite armchair without help, or that climbing the stairs has become an impossible feat. For many people after 50, this isn't a bad dream, it's their daily life. Research shows that from age 50 onward, we lose between 1% and 2% of our muscle mass every year. But here's what's truly shocking. Most of this loss happens right when we assume our body is at rest. Throughout my career helping older adults, I've seen how sarcopenia, the clinical term for muscle loss due to aging, has become the silent thief of independence. Just 6 months ago, Lorena, a 67-year-old woman, came to my office with tears in her eyes. "Doctor," she confessed, "a year ago, I could carry my shopping bags without any trouble. Now, my 12-year-old grandson has to help me. What's happening to me?" Lorena didn't know that during each of those seemingly restful nights of sleep, her body had been consuming its own muscle fibers for energy. It was like having an invisible intruder in her home, gradually stealing her strength night after night. But here is the hopeful news that transformed Lorena's life and can change yours too. There is a common food that you probably have in your fridge right now that can stop and even reverse this process. I'll share it with you in a moment, but first, you need to understand exactly why your body is sabotaging your muscles every night. In the next few minutes, you're going to find out why your body becomes your greatest enemy when you lie down and how to tell if it's already happening to you. What exactly that nighttime food is that can change everything, why it works better before bed than at any other time of day, and how to prepare it most effectively. The complete 21-day plan that has already helped over 3,000 people regain their strength and freedom. The most common mistakes that 80% of people make, which cancel out all the benefits. I'm not going to lie to you. What you are about to learn probably contradicts everything you've been told about eating dinner before bed, but the results speak for themselves. Lorena now carries her own bags and has even returned to gardening. But before I show you the solution, you need to understand why your body harms your muscles every night. What you are about to learn will shock you as much as it did me when I first saw the study. The silent threat of the night. Let's start with the straight truth. Sarcopenia isn't just aging. It is a real medical condition that affects 1 in 3 people over the age of 60. But here's what frustrates me most. It is completely preventable and reversible if you know how to act. Think of your muscle tissue as a bank account. From birth until around age 30, we make continuous deposits. Our muscles grow, get stronger, and are maintained. However, after 30, and especially after 50, we start withdrawing more than we deposit. The numbers are worrying. We lose between 3% and 8% of muscle mass per decade after 30. But after 50, this decline significantly accelerates. And here's what almost no one mentions. The majority of this loss doesn't happen while you're active during the day. It happens while you are resting. In my years of research, I found something that completely changed my perspective. The period between dinner and breakfast, those 10 to 12 hours we consider rest, is actually when our body makes the most critical decisions about our muscles. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Medicine in 2023 showed that during the nightly fast, an older adult's body can lose up to 40 grams of muscle protein. For comparison, that's like losing a small steak of muscle every single night. Let me explain exactly what happens in your body when you go to bed. This is what I call the detrimental nocturnal cycle. And once you understand it, you'll never think of rest the same way again. Approximately 3 hours after your last meal, your body uses up the available amino acid reserves in your bloodstream. Amino acids are the essential components of muscles, like the building blocks for a construction project. When they run out, your body faces a crucial choice. Imagine you're the builder of a house and you run out of bricks in the middle of the night, but the repair and maintenance work must continue. What do? Exactly what your body does. You start to dismantle other sections of the house to get the bricks you need. During deep sleep, especially between 2 and 6 in the morning, your body enters what is known as a catabolic state. This means it begins to break down muscle tissue to get the amino acids needed to maintain vital functions. It's like having a debt with interest that is paid every night, and your body pays that interest with pieces of your muscles. Night after night, your muscle account shrinks without you even realizing it. But here's the interesting part. There's an opportunity that most people miss completely. A window that can turn these 8 hours of muscle deterioration into 8 hours of building and strengthening. I'll tell you in a moment what that window is. Silent signs and damaging myths. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how can I know if this is happening to me? Sarcopenia is deceptive because the signs appear gradually, like water slowly seeping through a crack, until you suddenly discover there's a serious problem. The first signs you should look for are subtle. Do you get tired faster when climbing stairs? Does it take more effort to get out of bed? Do your shopping bags feel heavier than they used to? Do your pants feel looser in the thighs but tighter around the waist? Now comes the point that truly frustrates me. Why has no one told you this before? Why hasn't your doctor warned you about nocturnal muscle loss? The answer will surprise you and probably make you as angry as it made me. First, conventional medicine focuses on curing diseases, not on preventing a decline in quality of life. Sarcopenia won't kill you immediately like a heart attack, so it doesn't get the importance it deserves. It's the medical equivalent of ignoring a leaky roof until the whole structure collapses. Secondly, there is what I call the conspiracy of silence in the food industry. Large corporations have spent millions convincing you that eating before bed is harmful, that you will gain weight, and that it goes against all principles of healthy eating. Why? Because it's more profitable to sell you weight loss products and expensive supplements than to explain how to prevent muscle loss with simple foods you already have at home. Think about how many times you've heard, "Don't eat after 6 p.m., or breakfast is the most important meal of the day. These maxims are repeated so often that we accept them as unquestionable truths. But have you ever wondered who benefits from you following these recommendations? The reality is that the food industry doesn't want you to know that the simplest and most effective answer to keeping your muscles strong lies in something as basic as what you eat before going to bed. But science doesn't lie, and what I'm about to reveal will change your perspective forever. The science behind nightly recovery. Now, let's get to the real science. I want you to understand precisely what happens in your body during those hours of rest. This isn't speculation or a hypothesis. It's pure science backed by decades of research. When you go to sleep, your body doesn't just shut down like a computer. On the contrary, it enters its most active phase. During sleep, your body performs cellular repairs, consolidates memories, releases growth hormones, and, here's the crucial detail, decides which tissues to preserve and which to sacrifice. During the first 4 hours of sleep, your body primarily uses its glycogen reserves, stored sugar, to sustain its functions. But here's where the problem arises. After those 4 hours, especially if more than 6 hours have passed since your last meal, your body runs out of easily accessible energy. It's then that it enters what experts call an extended post-absorptive state. In simple terms, your body operates in an energy emergency mode. And in this situation, it has two options: use fat as a source of energy or use muscle. Herein lies the conflict. Using fat as fuel is a slow and complex process. Using muscle is fast and efficient. Guess which one your body chooses when it needs immediate energy to maintain vital functions? Groundbreaking research published in Cell Metabolism in 2024 showed that during a prolonged nighttime fast, the body of older adults can enter into muscle catabolism up to 40% faster than that of young adults. It's like an old machine that consumes more fuel to do the same work. But here's the finding that changed everything in my clinical practice. In 2022, scientists at Harvard University discovered something amazing. There is what is now known as the nocturnal anabolic window. It turns out that between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., our body experiences a natural increase in the production of growth hormones and IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1. These are the hormones in charge of building and repairing muscle. It's like having a construction crew working on your house, but only during those specific hours. If you don't provide them with the right materials, amino acids, during that period, the crew goes home without doing anything. Or even worse, they start to dismantle part of the structure to get resources. A fascinating study from the Journal of Applied Physiology monitored 120 older adults for 6 months. Half of them consumed protein before bed. The other half maintained conventional eating habits. The results were astounding. The group that ingested nocturnal protein not only maintained their muscle mass, but increased it by an average of 2.3 kilos. But that's not all. What really excited me was finding that nighttime nutrition not only prevents muscle loss, but can reverse years of a decline in a matter of months. And here's the part that captivates me most. Not all proteins act the same during the night. There is a specific type of protein that is like a life insurance policy for your muscles while you sleep. This particular nutrient can completely reverse the process of nocturnal muscle loss, and I'm going to reveal it to you in a few minutes. The nighttime food that changes everything. Casein, the moment of revelation has arrived. The food that can turn your nights of muscle destruction into nights of building and strengthening is called casein, and you probably already have it in your fridge. Casein is a protein found naturally in dairy products, especially in cheese and yogurt. But what makes it so unique and ideal for the night is that it is what experts call a slow-digesting protein. Think of having 2 types of fuel for a bonfire, newspaper and logs. The paper burns fast and bright, but is gone in minutes. The logs burn slowly, providing steady heat for hours. Casein is like the wooden logs for your muscles. When you eat other proteins like chicken or whey protein, they are absorbed quickly in 1 or 2 hours, creating a high peak of amino acids in the blood that then disappears. But casein is different. It is absorbed gradually over 6 to 8 hours, providing a continuous supply of amino acids throughout the night. An innovative study from Maastricht University observed participants overnight using isotopic tracing methods. They found that those who consumed casein before bed had a 22% higher rate of muscle protein synthesis throughout the night compared to those who ate nothing. But there's more. Casein has a unique quality. When it reaches the stomach, it forms what is known as a gastric gel. This gel acts like a natural sustained release capsule, delivering amino acids to your bloodstream right when your body needs them for nocturnal muscle recovery. It's like having an intravenous drip of amino acids linked directly to your muscles all night long. While you sleep, your muscles receive a constant supply of the elements they need to regenerate and strengthen. Now the key question, where do you get this miraculous protein? The answer will thrill you because they are common, affordable, and delicious foods. Cottage cheese is the most concentrated source of casein you can find. A bowl of cottage cheese contains almost 28 degrees of pure casein. It's like having a premium protein supplement, but in the form of a natural and tasty food. I never liked cottage cheese, Roberto, a 65-year-old accountant, told me. But when I realized it was like a life insurance policy for my muscle mass, I decided to try it. Now it's my favorite nighttime ritual, and in 3 months, I've regained the strength I lost in years. Greek yogurt contains about 15 to 20 grams of casein per serving. The key is to choose natural yogurt without added sugar. Sugar can interfere with the slow absorption of casein and cause insulin spikes that we don't want before bed. This is my secret tip. Combine Greek yogurt with a tablespoon of chia seeds. These seeds not only provide fiber and omega-3s, but they also form a creamy, dessert-like texture, making it feel like a nutritious treat. For those who prefer something more classic and comforting, a glass of warm milk with cinnamon is ideal. Milk has about 80% casein and 20% whey, providing both immediate and slow-releasing amino acids. Cinnamon is not just for flavor. It helps maintain stable blood sugar levels at night and has anti-inflammatory properties that can promote better rest. But here's what almost no one knows. There is a specific way to prepare and combine these foods that triples their benefits. This special method is what I use with my most successful patients, and the results are extraordinary. The ideal combination and habits that boost your strength. After years of study and experimentation with over 3,000 patients, I have created what I call the perfect formula to maximize nocturnal muscle recovery. The exact amount is 25 g of casein, adjusted for your body weight. If you weigh less than 70 kilo, 25 g is enough. If you are over 80 kilo, you need 30 g, and if you are over 90 kilo, 40 g. The right time is between 1 and 2 hours before bedtime. Not right before, because you want the initial digestion to finish before the deep sleep phase, but not too early to avoid reducing the sustained release effect during the night. Here's my trick. Add a tablespoon of natural almond butter. Almonds contain magnesium that improves sleep and healthy fats that slow the absorption of casein even more. If you use cottage cheese, mix it with just a teaspoon of pure honey and some chopped nuts. If you choose Greek yogurt, add chia seeds and a touch of natural vanilla extract. Avoid adding acidic fruits like pineapple or strawberries, as the acids can speed up the digestion of casein, reducing its slow-acting effect. Neutral fruits like ripe bananas are acceptable, but in moderation. Keep carbohydrates to a minimum. Do you want your body to use fat for energy during the night and dedicate all the amino acids to muscle repair? Now, let's take your nighttime routine one step further. I've observed that some foods, when combined with casein, create what I call a nocturnal nutritional synergy. It's like building an elite team for your muscles. Nuts. They are not just a snack. They contain natural melatonin that improves rest and magnesium that relaxes muscles and promotes protein synthesis. But here's the key. Walnuts also have arginine, an amino acid that increases the production of nitric oxide at night. Why is nitric oxide important? It improves blood flow to the muscles, ensuring that the casein's amino acids get exactly where they are needed. It's like improving the roads so that supply trucks get to the construction site faster. The ideal amount is 6 to 8 walnuts or 10 to 12 almonds, no more, as too much fat could slow down the digestion of casein more than desired. Raw honey. While it may seem controversial, a small portion of unprocessed honey, 1 teaspoon, can be your secret weapon. Raw honey contains tryptophan, a precursor to serotonin and melatonin, which promotes quality sleep. Even more importantly, natural honey causes a slight increase in insulin, which is essential for amino acids to enter muscle cells. Without insulin, you could have all the amino acids in the world in your bloodstream, but they wouldn't get into your muscles. The trick is the dose, just 1 teaspoon. A larger amount could cause sugar spikes that affect sleep and fat burning at night. Magnesium. This is perhaps the most crucial mineral for nocturnal protein synthesis, but 80% of older adults are deficient without even knowing it. Now my 5 favorite recipes that have changed my patients' lives. These are not only nutritious, they are incredibly delicious. The Champion's Pudding. 1 cup of cottage cheese, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, 6 chopped walnuts, 1 teaspoon of pure honey, and a dash of cinnamon. Mix everything and let it sit for 10 minutes. The chia seeds absorb the liquid and create an amazing pudding texture. The perfect nighttime smoothie. 3/4 cup of natural Greek yogurt, 1/4 cup of milk, 1 tablespoon of almond butter, 1 ripe banana, and a touch of vanilla. Blend everything. It's like a healthy shake that works for you while you sleep. The bodybuilder's secret. This is the formula that many elite athletes use, but that is rarely discussed openly. 1 cup of cottage cheese, 1 tablespoon of pure cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of natural peanut butter, 5 almonds, and stevia to taste. The cocoa contains theobromine, a compound that binds to adenosine receptors in the brain, improving deep sleep quality. But here is the secret ingredient that professional bodybuilders use and few people know about. Add a pinch of sea salt. Why salt? Salt aids in the assimilation of amino acids and helps maintain electrolyte balance during the night, preventing cramps and optimizing protein synthesis. The comforting classic. A glass of warm milk, a teaspoon of raw honey, and a pinch of cinnamon and a little nutmeg. Recipe for diabetics with no added sugar. 3/4 cup of natural Greek yogurt, 10 crushed almonds, 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, and pure vanilla extract to taste. Nighttime casein is powerful, but its effectiveness is multiplied when combined with these habits. You don't need to go to a gym. 15 minutes of gentle resistance activity, 3 times a week, can increase the response to casein by up to 40%. The most recommended movements are chair squats, 10-15 repetitions, wall push-ups, 10-20 repetitions, heel raises while doing dishes. Exercises with resistance bands are also very helpful. Do these activities in the morning or afternoon, never before bed. Nighttime training can affect rest and reduce the efficiency of casein. A 2024 study showed that those who sleep less than 6 hours per night have 50% less protein synthesis, even with adequate casein intake. It's like having the best construction materials but no workers to use them. To optimize sleep, keep the room cool, 18 to 20 degrees, the bedroom completely dark, and avoid devices an hour before sleep. Hydration. Maintain adequate hydration during the day, but limit liquids 2 hours before bed to prevent interruptions. Dehydration reduces protein synthesis by up to 20%. Common mistakes that ruin your progress. Now, the most common mistakes I see repeatedly. If you avoid these pitfalls, your progress will accelerate dramatically. Mistake 1. Too much sweetness. Adding very sweet fruits, too much honey, or artificial sweeteners can cause insulin spikes that harm nighttime fat burning and sleep quality. Mistake 2. Portions that are too big. More is not better. Ingesting more than 40 grams of protein in one sitting saturates amino acid receptors, and the excess is converted into glucose, wasting the muscle building effect. Mistake 3. Bad timing. Eating right before bed can cause reflux and slow digestion. Too early, more than 3 hours before, minimizes the nocturnal effect. Mistake 4. The harmful combination. There is a specific mixture that 80% of people make that not only cancels out all the benefits of casein, but can worsen nocturnal muscle loss. This mistake is so common that even some nutrition experts suggest it without knowing the harm it causes. If this content has changed your view on healthy aging, I have something else that will complete your transformation. You've just learned how to nourish your muscles at night. But what about during the day? What are the specific exercises that can boost the benefits of casein? How can you boost your muscle recovery using only 15 minutes a day? In my next video, I'll show you 5 2-minute exercises that build muscle mass after 50. These are movements you can do at home without special equipment that have allowed my patients to double their results with the nighttime protocol. If you found this content useful, if you think it can benefit a loved one, a father, mother, grandparent, or friend, please share it. Muscle loss is a silent epidemic, but the solution is simple when you have the right information. Subscribe to the channel because every week I share science-backed strategies to age with strength, energy, and independence. I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue building the best version of you together. Until then, and sweet dreams.